Sadio main stars as creator and finisher as Liverpool look short of Guile again. The Senegal international was at the heart of the decisive moment in the 1-0 victory over Crystal Palace to mask the hosts' lack of guile at Anfield. For the second consecutive Premier League fixture, Sadio Mane was the architect and scorer of Liverpool's opening goal. The club's reigning player of the season has made, as per his stylistic makeup, a quick start to retaining that honour in 2017-18 by forcing matters when the Reds find themselves stuck in a stagnant possession loop. They spent most of their first Anfield outing of the campaign commanding an average of 70% of the ball against Crystal Palace, but once again were sans guile and inventiveness in midfield. And so, as proceedings on Saturday afternoon seemed to be fading into nothingness, it was left to the Senegal international to remind Liverpool of their simple and quick mantra. The goal had a sprinkling of fortune about it, but in one of Jurgen Klopp's repeated messages, you breed your own luck when you're not passive. It came on 73 minutes with Joel Matip feeding James Milner, stationed on the left of midfield, who then passed to Mane on that flank. Tight on the byline, Palace were comfortable enough to feel there was no threat on. But the 25-year-old stood up Joel Ward, engaged in a fast 1-2 with Andy Robertson, and continued to speed goalwards even though it looked as though the move had broken down. Luka Milivojevic picked up the loose ball, but under pressure from Dominic Solanke, who had only been on the pitch for 2 minutes, seated it, and Mane was alert to the opportunity, happily striking past Wayne Hennessy into the bottom left corner. Palace would not become the first side to win 4 top-flight games on the spin at Anfield since Arsenal in December 1935. The winger ran to Klopp in scenes reminiscent of Liverpool's 4-3 opener against Arsenal at the Emirates last year, but there was no piggyback and mass celebration this time around, with plenty of work still to do. In the huddle on the touchline, though, the manager did show his appreciation for Solanke's contribution to the goal. Another player who will have impressed the German was Robertson. Having been excluded from the first 2 matchday squads, he was Liverpool's creator-in-chief on his competitive debut for the club. The left-back's deliveries, inviting and varied, did not get the treatment they deserved in the first half, when he constructed 3 clear-cut chances for Milner, Matip, and Mane. Signed from Hull City for an initial £8 million this summer, the 23-year-old was the pick of Klopp's 11 during the opening spell and continued to be lively in the second half. Despite the result, the performance still fell far short of the fluid, assertive and exhilarating showing expected from the Merseysiders. It was yet another fixture, number 3 of 3, in which the club's unrelenting stance that Philippe Coutinho is not for sale at any price this summer made complete sense. In his absence through a back injury as he attempts to force through a transfer to Barcelona, Liverpool do not possess an experienced playmaker capable of properly servicing their formidable front line, especially with Adam Lallana sideline. Mane is a phenomenal talent, but he can't be expected to carve out all his goals on his own this season.